Warm July afternoon. Good baseball weather. Pirates feel like it's good weather to win a series. They've been playing some better baseball against some good teams. And Mitch Keller trying to get on the right track. We've seen a couple of good starts in there, but this 10-start span, he's allowed the most runs of any stretch in his career. And once in a while you see him break through again with that, vintage Mitch Keller. What do you hope to see from him today?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be more efficient, more strikes, out of the middle of the zone, etc.
We'll talk more about Keller as the day goes on. Here's how the Braves will stack it up. Matt Olson, one of the home run leaders, hitting third again. Baldwin is the cleanup man with Dubon back in there. Smith will DH today. The one change with Riley and Yastrzemski, and Jarvis also will be the shortstop as he alternates with Mateo. Pretty much the same lineup for the Braves. First 3 games of this series.
And car shield numbers for Mitch Keller. ERA is just over 5 now for Mitch, an even 6-6 record. Just 74 strikeouts in 100+ innings, 33 walks, 12 homers allowed.
And 3 in that last start. Very unusual for him. He's been very good at keeping the ball in the ballpark typically. And the Levin Furniture and Mattress defense behind him today. Reynolds, Mangum, and Valdez in the outfield. Gonzalez, Triolo, Lau, Tyler Callahan will start at first with O'Hearn DHing. Rafael Flores Jr. get the catching duties. He did catch Keller about 4 weeks ago. Andy Rodriguez on the injured list right now. So it's Flores, the headliner of the David Bednar trade last year. And they're getting another look at Flores. Remember, he had a long home run in that game, and he caught Keller back in June. A sinker to start. Harris, one of the leading hitters, 307.
And good against the fastball. They do have some guys who can hit the fastball in this lineup, but what we saw the first couple of nights, I think, especially with the big arms of Skeens and Jones, they established that fastball, put it in good spots, and I thought got him to chase more because of the fastball usage early.
Out to the big field. Gets Harris out on the fastball. And Rock, what do you have for our keys to the game? They're presented by your Western PA Buick dealers.
The last game for Mitch against Washington, the first 15 batters, no ground balls. And then he started, I don't know if it was the sink or just getting the ball down. He started getting ground balls, had 3 real good innings to finish that start. So I think it's important to get that sinker going. And as far as respect your elder numbers, the last 3 starts have been really bad, but he's a good pitcher. Just gave up a couple against the Pirates his last time facing them down in Atlanta. And we got to figure out a way to get some runs across, more like Tuesday.
Now that usually has ironed itself out. And strike call. Remember the Braves, in game 1 they exhausted their challenges by the 5th inning. Yesterday by the 3rd inning they were gone. Might be a little hesitant today. So everything we're seeing from Keller right now, 2-seamer, cutter, 4-seamer.
Yep. And I think because there was a couple years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, Mitch became more of a ground ball pitcher. And I think when he gets back down in the zone and using that late movement, whether it's running away or running in, you're more likely to miss barrels of the bat, more likely to get ground balls.
Work quicker through the innings, and he's working quickly in his pace as well. First curveball. And I like when he first came up, he's a different pitcher in terms of his stuff, but I'd argue that, you know, that fastball still plays at the velocity that it is now.
Yeah.
There's a cutter. First strikeout for Keller.
Good start for Mitch. Good location with that cutter. Top of the zone. Right on the inside corner.
AHN Supermo shows it to you. Starts Matt Olson with a strike. He has really good career numbers against Keller, one of game's great hitters. Down the line and deep. And this one way out of here. Matt Olson with his 25th home run. Second in his career off Keller. Atlanta has an early lead.
And again, the breaking ball breaking into the middle of the zone. You got a big power hitting lefty. You're going to throw a breaking ball middle in. You got to get it off the plate. If it's going to be on the plate, it's got to be below the zone.
Baldwin is gone, but Atlanta starts with a 1-0 lead on the Olson home run. And that is hit home runs. Extra base hits too. He's the leader in baseball in that category. And now the Pirates get their turn. See if they can outscore him here today with Mangum atop the order. Lau and then Reynolds, Ace Merlin, Valdez starting to hit some hard times now. It's Ryan O'Hearn DHing. Nick Gonzalez at third. Tyler Callahan at first base. Rafael Flores Jr. limited action. So far so good. And then it's Jared Triolo.
Elder, ERA now over 4. Is off to a terrific start for the Braves. 12 home runs allowed. 241 opponent average. Last 3 starts at 12, almost a 12.20 ERA. 19 earned runs in 14 innings. And before that, his ERA just 2.66 through his first 14.
That's what it was after he faced the Pirates last. Gave up just 2 hits in 6 innings.
Pitch well out of the zone. That cutter throws it mostly to lefties. And he's been really good against lefties. Better against lefties than righties.
Mangum with a base hit. Good start for the Pirates. That speed is on for the Bucks, and defensively for Atlanta. Dubon won the Gold Glove for the utility spot. Harris and Yastrzemski. It's Riley and Jarvis on the left side. Albies and Matt Olson, the Gold Glove winner at first, and then Drake Baldwin, all-star starting catcher. He and Albies will start the All-Star game together. Olson will also be on that team. Brandon Lau, of course, with those great numbers, deserve it. He's been named an All-Star twice, but both times was injured and could not play in the game. Bring him back to tag just to draw a throw. Now Brian Reynolds is coming up. Xfinity batting stats. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price. Reliable hitter,
I'd say.
His on base percentage 4th best in the league, 2nd most runs scored in the National League. Typically a spot reserved for the mega home run hitters or the really speedy leadoff hitters in good lineups. And Reynolds couldn't be characterized as either. He just all those walks maybe.
Well, he gets on base.
Yeah.
He draws a bunch of walks. If you're getting on base, you're in the top 10, top 5. You're going to score more runs, especially with this offense.
Dubon had him shaded toward the line. Normally that's a double.
Kept fading away. I was hoping it would just, wind would push it to the warning track. And he's able to get over there.
Now Valdez, the way that he got off to the start of his career, relatively unmatched in Pirates history in terms of the power that he's shown. But lately, last 4 games, 10 strikeouts, a couple of hits. Now, how do you adjust?
Yeah, I think the first thing is, you see that big swing there. He has been out in front of the breaking ball. If you could set your sights more to the opposite gap, maybe you stay on that pitch, and he's strong enough to, even though that breaking ball down and away, he's strong enough to hit that out of the park to center. And yeah, he's just, I said it last night, a little in between. Unable to get the barrel out against the fastball and out in front of the breaking ball.
Pay some attention to Mangum.
And it's easy to sit here and say, oh, just focus the other way, but when you're late on the fastball, you feel like you have to get the bat hit on. You have to get the bat hit on. See, Mangum back easily. And he was driving that ball when his first couple of weeks in the big leagues. 93 middle. Just not getting it out there. A little length into that swing.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Mangum over at first. Pirates without 2 of the top 5 base stealers in the National League, O'Neill Cruz and Connor Griffin. And Elder's been a guy that teams have run on a little bit. He's picked off a couple of guys this year. Mangum runs. And he's in. Stolen base for Jake Mangum, his 18th.
Yeah, could have been close with a better throw, but this throw well to the right field side a second, and Jake with the wide slide always couldn't reach him.
And the Bucs stole the base. Now you steal the deal. Scan on screen for $25 off at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Mangum moving up among the stolen base leaders as well. He's moved into the top 10. Griffin was 5th, and Cruz still 4th in stolen bases in the National League. Connor Griffin on the injured list now, will return likely in September. That's ball 4.
Yep, dangerous pitch up and in there. Valdez reacting a little bit late, and watching that replay, couldn't help but notice his front foot. It seems like that front foot may be getting down a little bit late. So a couple of things. If you're getting down late, explains a little bit why you might be late on a fastball, and it's harder to get away from the pitch like that if your feet aren't on the ground. See, there's kind of a late reaction from Valdez as that ball came up and in.
Even though it's coming in at 92-3 from Elder. And what we saw on Tuesday night, so special from Ryan O'Hearn, of course, at 10 RBIs. It had never been done as a Pirate, less than a dozen and a half times in baseball history. And this was part of the reason too. He came up with multiple men on almost every time, and here he is again with an RBI chance here in the first.
So I mentioned Elder's been more successful against lefties in terms of average. He has given up 7 home runs to lefties.
Gets off Baldwin's glove. Runners can advance.
Yeah, that late cutter off the thumb of the glove.
Second pass ball for Baldwin. O'Hearn thought that was in. Look on the Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone. Just catching that inner edge. Base hit, could get in 2 here. Foul tip, and Elder gets the strikeout. Braves have a 1-0 lead.
As he was able to reunite with his buddy Jordan and members of the Kessler Kennedy family. Mitch and his wife Clancy first met Jordan and his family in 2024 when Jordan was undergoing treatment for stage 4 cancer. Since then, they remained connected and continued to support Jordan throughout his journey. Jordan and his brother Jonah are passionate Pirates fans and enjoy cheering on their favorite player, Mitch Keller. Mitch was happy to host Jordan and his family again at the game, where they were able to celebrate the progress so far and make memories ahead of another surgery in September for Jordan. So good luck to him. We're all thinking about you, Jordan. So glad Mitch got to give you guys a VIP day at the ballpark. Joe?
Oh, that's wonderful to hear that Mitch is using his special opportunity to make a difference in young people's lives and their families too. That's a big boost to them, undoubtedly. And Hannah, what else are some of these Pirates players doing to make sure that they're making a difference too?
This homestand has been full of great memories, and Connor Griffin was able to be a part of One Day to Remember, giving Gillian Zeal, her son Theo, and fiance Ben Sheffer a positive day to remember through Gillian's ongoing battle with breast cancer. Gillian picked this experience because her sports-obsessed 8-year-old son Theo described meeting Connor Griffin as crazy and the best day ever, so she was excited to be able to give him that experience through their journey. One Day to Remember is an organization that was founded in 2016 by an oncology nurse in Pittsburgh after seeing the particular pain and suffering experienced by young children whose parents were fighting advanced stage disease of cancer. Gillian Zeal was first diagnosed with stage 2 in 2019. That cancer returned back in April as stage 4. She dedicated her career as a palliative care nurse practitioner, caring for cancer patients, so she knew about One Day to Remember before and said, it's weird certainly being on this end of it, but knows the meaningful work they do. So yesterday, to give them all a very memorable day at the ballpark meant the world to her and her family. Joe?
Well, many of us know somebody that has gone through such a thing and can relate, unfortunately, and it's so good of Connor to spend his time with that family and give them a chance to think about something else for a little while.
Yeah, the Pirates do such a good job that all these players do so much that isn't always public.
And the fact that she's a palliative NP, our nurses, our nurse practitioners, our PAs out there, people that work in medicine, the caregivers, it's a good time to say thank you to them as well. And so Smith will walk right here. Well, rare chance for Keller to face right-handed batters. He's been so good against righties so far this year, and 2 out of the 3 this inning bat right. They're the only 2 in this lineup. But Riley, good career numbers against Keller. Came into the day 3rd lowest slugging in the National League amongst pitchers against righty batters, limiting their power.
Yeah, just a couple homers allowed to righties. Huge difference.
So with all the lefty success, Ben Cherington was telling reporters yesterday the Pirates have considered using an opener for Keller. Teams stack up the lefties against him. Braves are pretty much a left-handed lineup anyway. Levin Furniture and Mattress strikes zone, getting the call there.
Yeah, there's been a few pitches already in this game Braves hitters I thought might challenge, but they've maybe got their wrist slapped for wasting them the last couple of nights early.
And when you lose them and lose, without winning any, like the Braves did the first couple of games of the series, and Walt Weiss maybe saying, guys, just wait for a good situation. Out in front of the sweeper. 2nd strikeout for Keller.
There you see it looks it's right down the middle. Nope, it's off the plate away.
Good look on our AHN Supermo shows you that.
Obviously with the Braves, I believe yesterday it was 2 hitters that challenged pitches early. It couldn't have been a good situation because they had no base runners for 6 innings.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. With Jones retiring all 18 batters. How about the run that Jones has been on? 22 in a row sent down, going back to his previous start, 10 strikeouts, which is good because, well, what are we talking about? The Pirates, the bullpen has been what it's been for a good part of this season, but the starting pitching had waned in some of the departments. Got a good rebound outing from Skeens. Jones, coming off arm surgery, couldn't have looked better yesterday. And now looking for a rebound outing from Keller, try to get him back to what he was doing early this season.
Yeah, and with Jared Jones, the post-game comments, he kind of felt like himself. Pretty much fastball, slider, attacking. Made me remember his first start here at PNC. I believe against Baltimore. Just attacking, racking up the strikeouts with just fastball, slider.
And his fastball and his slider are good enough that maybe he could be predominantly a 2-pitch pitcher. That's what we thought at the time.
Especially with the way he was locating it all. I think maybe I could think of 1 3-ball count. There might have been a second in there.
You got the number 9 hitter up here. You want to turn the lineup over. 2 outs, 2 on. Run in last inning on the Olsen homer. Harris waiting. Jarvis, very limited major league time. Played at the University of Alabama. 6 big league games. Hit better than 300 at AAA. Keller gets him to pop it up. 2 left on for Atlanta. Views broadcast going on over on S&P Plus. Corey Graves and Michael McHenry over there telling stories and taking a different look at the Bucks. And future Pirate Hall of Famer Jack Wilson will join the guys for some of the game as well. Tune in tomorrow night 6:30 for that over on S&P Plus, or stream it on S&P 360. 2-0 on Gonzalez. 311, fourth highest batting average in baseball starting today. Pirates had an opportunity second and third with 2 outs against Elder in the first. Pirates have been really good with runners in scoring position the last 14 games, coming in .364.
Had a good bit of opportunity yesterday too, early. Looked like it stayed in.
And by a pixel maybe. Gonzalez accepts the walk, starting off the inning. Keep that traffic going. Pirates will be accumulating some runs. They've done that to the tune of their highest runs per game since 1930, when Pie Traynor was starring for the Pirates. That was before Clemente was born. Just to give you an idea how long ago that was.
Keep getting traffic out there. More opportunities will result in more runs.
Tyler Callahan, he's hit well in this ballpark. Short period of time he's been with the Pirates. He says it just seems easier to hit here. Just the way it looks, backdrop, hard to explain. You know what he's saying? Do you ever feel that way, that some places were just better places to hit? Just a feeling you got. Okay. Feel better.
There are certain places I really disliked hitting in.
But I mean, that's
I don't know
part
if
of it.
there's any place like, ooh, we're playing here.
Yeah, but that's part of it, I guess.
It was
right?
always a grind. Look at that swing.
Base hit and more.
Bounce around.
Gonzalez, nobody out, will be held, and the Pirates now will have second and third on that double by Callahan.
Nice approach with 2 strikes. And borderline fastball away, just protecting. Boy, that's pretty. I'm watching his head drop on the barrel of the bat, the contact point.
I know I've said it before, but he comes from a baseball family, 2 generations of professional players prior, and you can just tell he's a really sound baseball player. RBI chance here with 2 men in scoring position.
Big cut here. Here's a situation. Just try to hit something the other way. See it a little bit longer. Yeah, and both of those out in front. Both of those pitches are actually, if you're thinking right field, both of those pitches are very good pitches to hit. You know, pretty much middle of the plate. One around the knees. That one was up. You know, if that's your approach to try to drive a ball the right way to get the runner over and in, boy, those are 2 good pitches to do it with. But if you're up there trying to pull and he throws you a couple breaking balls, you're going to be out in front, which Flores was.
Hit .228 in Indianapolis with 4 home runs, and he strikes out looking with 2 in scoring position.
And even there with 2 strikes, you could still do something with that pitch.
10th big league game. Pirates now without Endy Rodriguez on the injured list, trading Joey Bart last month. So it's Flores.
Yeah.
Fair ball. Piolo out. That doesn't advance anybody. And now it's second and third with 2 outs just like that.
Even there, that's a good pitch to drive up middle. If you're thinking middle of the field, the other way, belt high, out over, infield's back. Just a ground ball would have tied it.
Up to Mangum. And a bunt with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position. Unconventional, we'll say.
Yeah, he was trying to, I thought maybe trying to take it with him to the right side. Riley is even with the bag at third.
Has 4 bunt hits this year. Which had Elder the second and third and 2 outs at the first inning. Here, second and third and nobody out at one point. And like you said, he's been in the middle of the plate a lot. So far, getting away with a few. Probably a big reason why he's lost his last 3 starts and had an ERA over 12 in that span. Still 1-2.
Typical at bat for Mangum. Seeing a lot of pitches, wasting pitches, hoping to get something that he can handle and drive through the infield.
Gonzalez and Callahan aboard. That is a fair ball. He's out. And the opportunity fizzles. Pirates had second and third, nobody out. No one advances, and it's still 1-0 Atlanta. MLB Plus, make sure you subscribe. You can have access to MLB Network live 24/7 in the U.S. as well as minor league action and more. Visit MLB Plus. It's ruled ball 1. Top of the order for Atlanta. Going the other way. Nice hit for Harris, one of baseball's leading hitters in terms of batting average.
And sinker. Maybe one to go a little more down, maybe a little more away. Still good piece of hitting, though. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. Can't help but think with that approach, you use that approach, second, third, nobody out, second, third, 1 out. And we get at least 1 home there in that bottom of the second. But that didn't appear to be the approach. But that's an opportunity you got to cash in on.
Yeah, just putting the ball in play there before 2 outs.
2 ground balls could have resulted in 2 runs.
Yeah.
2 ground balls to the middle of the field.
So if they get enough opportunity next time around to see if they can grab the lead. Right now up to Keller to prevent it from being any different. And this Braves team trying to win their first road series since May. They're on an 8-17 stretch since they swept the Pirates back in Atlanta.
You were bringing up the scoring position numbers for the Pirates offense, and they've been really good all year. But you look at this series, you take O'Hearn out of the equation, those big numbers, the 3 homers, 10 RBIs. Outside of that, you know, the execution with runners in scoring position just hasn't been as good as we've seen this year. But again, 2 on in the first, 2 on in the second. You keep getting runners on, eventually they're going to come home.
Definitely prefer that to having just a quiet day. Got on top of that high sinker. How do you hit that into the ground?
Yeah, good question. Just it almost looks like the approach might be to hit that ball through that hole on the right side, get on top of and out in front of everything Mitch is throwing up there. Sometimes you'll see that. You know, that goes too with, you know, the thought of your infield back and needing a ground ball to score a run. You think on top of the ball. And I'm not saying that's what Albies is trying to do there. It looks like maybe, oh, I'm going to try to hook the ball through the hole there with the runner being held on at first. But there are times when you're trying to execute fundamentals of hitting, you know, like again, second, third, nobody out. You're thinking of getting on top of the ball the other way. You get on top of the ball the other way, you get a run home and a runner to third. And if they keep the infield back, you're thinking about getting on top of the ball up the middle if the infield's back, and then you bring home a second run. You know, talk about bat control, knowing where the barrel of your bat is, being able to execute top half of the baseball.
And sometimes you get pitched to where you can't do that, but it looked like the pitches that were available to them that they could.
100%. And my argument will be, you know, if you have that approach and they throw you a breaking ball that's up in the zone, you're in a position to hammer because you're in a, you know, and then, you know, with Jared's case, it was if he's thinking on top up the middle, it's a cutter up out over the plate. That's another mistake pitch, you know, a pitch that you could at least get good wood to in the middle of the field.
Got Albies out in front of that curveball that time.
And typically what you don't see in those situations are good fastballs middle in the drive. Pitchers are going to avoid that area because that's what they think most hitters are looking for.
Harris runs and he's in. We saw the Braves take some liberties in that Atlanta series, though they don't run very much typically.
Good jump. Perfect throw, I don't think gets him. And then you'd have to think here, Albies once again, runner at second, nobody out, he's going to look to pull the ball on the ground to the right side.
Getting that curveball in again on Albies.
Weird how that ball came off his bat because his bat head was out in front.
This will be pitch number 11 coming up. And the fastball will be hooked foul.
Start thinking maybe changeup. I don't know if you've seen changeup this at bat, although easier pitch to pull to the right side, but he's been so far out in front, maybe he swings and misses out in front.
High and deep. Does it have enough loft? High off the wall. Harris was being held at third. He ran through the stop sign and he's still in there anyway. He didn't go right away. He thought that ball might be caught or could be caught. And then he was held at third and he scores on the double by Albies.
Yeah, this ball was in the air for a very, very long time. Albies thinks he gets enough. High off that wall. Harris is thinking about tagging from second to get to third. And by the time he realized it wasn't going to be caught, Then he goes, then he stops, then he goes. I think the decision of waving him home after being stopped was when that throw came into second.
And then the relay, we got the hook slide. And that was a middle fastball from Keller. And now Olson, who's already homered today. The runners in scoring position, Keller 344 at second highest in baseball this year. So the problems have compounded themselves. There have been some big innings. Still nobody out. Got some big hitters up.
Now those are two good at bats to start this inning. Harris, a sinker down and away, going the other way. That long at bat from Albies. Just missing a homer. But you could tell the intent was there to, drive a ball that right side.
And even though there's a run in, it's a leadoff man at second, basically. So is that the approach here for Olson? Hit it right side?
Yeah. I've always felt that that's the way the Braves went about their business. They're a team that will use the whole field. For a guy like him who hits 1 million home runs, I would expect that he's trying to pull the ball, but he's probably trying to pull the ball into the river.
Which he might have done that first time up.
Right.
Cleared the seats.
I mean, for a lefty, runner on second, nobody out. Yeah, I mean, it'd be odd to be thinking it the other way when your job is to get it to the right side to at least advance the runner.
Olson hit one into the Allegheny in 24 and in 22. First time he did it was in that 56 pitch inning from Cam View, briefly with the Pirates.
I've always felt like when we talk about doing the little things, situational hitting, the easiest thing for these hitters to do is to pull the ball. In batting practice, everybody could pull every pitch. The more difficult thing is to try to go the other way. And obviously in situational hitting, a righty, it's harder to go to right than for a lefty to go to right, because lefties could pull just about anything. Righties, they're got to be, you got to see the ball a little bit longer. You got to be thinking, catch the ball a little bit deeper. It's harder to go the other way than it is to pull. That approach is different for righties than lefties.
Over Keller, Triolo. That'll be the first out. That advances the runner.
Yeah, again, it's a mindset and much easier for a lefty.
So Keller at 60 pitches now here with 1 out in the third. You have a 12 pitch at bat and then a 9 pitch at bat, and that's what happens. Right to Lau, and so Albee stuck at third. Must have not had the contact play on there.
Yeah, well, the infield in. Albee's told to see it through, and so nice to see. A quick, easy out. And talking situational hitting, now that's where, as a lefty with the infield in, you should be thinking the other way, because if you're thinking the other way, you're more likely to hit the ball in the air than you are on the ground. The pitcher wants you to pull the ball on the ground. As a hitter, to combat that, you want to think, block the ball, see it longer, stay inside, more likely to hit the ball in the air out of the infield.
He's got Dubon off balance here, who's been a really good clutch hitter for Atlanta. Good 2-strike hitter too. Not out of the woods yet. Trying to keep it a 2-run game.
Yeah, that first night, Dubon everything to the right side against Paul Skeens, and I thought later in that game and in yesterday's game they did a good job of tying him up. Fastballs in, fastballs in. Then he started trying to get the bat hit out, and then they've got him with some soft stuff away.
Staying out there.
You could tell his approach has changed from his first at bat in the series until now. He's thinking I could get the fastball off my hands.
Surprised no challenge there. Well, no, it was a ball. That's one of those situation type challenges.
Yeah,
if you see it as a strike.
Yeah, live, I thought it was right there.
Dubon on 3-2, going the other way and driving in the run. One of the best 2-strike hitters in baseball, and one of the best at driving in runs after 2 are out. He does both. Atlanta leads 3-0.
Go out there, they're set up out there, and that's kind of an old school approach. Protect away with 2 strikes.
Yeah, winning baseball doesn't mean you always get the hit, but just the idea of it. We've seen the Pirates return to that form sometimes with some of the guys. And I've enjoyed watching that. Part of the reason why they've scored so many runs this year. Dominic Smith is 0 for 5 in his career against Keller. Drew a walk last inning. Keller seldom has been allowed to throw 100 pitches in a start, twice this year. This will be his 70th, and we're in the 3rd inning. The designated long man Majinski's been used in this series, so it would be piecing together an inning plus here and there. Maybe a Ramirez outing. There's Stratton getting up, trying to get the Pirates home. And remember, they've got the Brewers come to town. Big series this weekend.
Gotta hope to keep it where it is. This offense, obviously 3 runs is nothing. Keep getting those opportunities, but 3 through 3. It's got to stop there.
And it will, as he strikes out Smith. Atlanta has built the advantage, up 3-0. In this pivotal series finale, has a 3-0 lead here early. And Mitch Keller, 72 pitches through 3 innings. Talking with Donnie Kelly.
Could be it.
This is his final start going into the All-Star break. You got Lau, Reynolds, and Valdez. Bryce Elder has been in trouble all afternoon. A lot of pitches middle of the plate.
Yeah, that cutter, I mean, it must have some crazy deception, crazy movement, because it's not exactly perfectly located. And he's gotten some swing and miss. He's gotten some soft contact, and he throws it a bunch. He's been throwing it more than he has all year. Really likes to throw it to the lefties.
That flummoxes Lau, 1 out. Now after Stratton was warming last inning, now it's Cam Sanders getting out. And looks like he's getting up in earnest. Maybe that's it for Keller, like you said. 3 innings. Foul ball.
Yeah, another cutter. He's came, lefties. Elder, he's only thrown that cutter to lefties 18% of the time. It has to be way higher so far today. Another one. A pitch apparently he learned from Greg Maddux, the cut fastball.
What a great resource to have a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Yeah.
Within the Braves organization to consult. I'm sure Keller down. I mean, no one wants to help his team more than Keller. He's been here as long as any Pirates pitcher. He and Reynolds, of course, debuting in 2019. Reynolds will challenge this.
Pitcher's called a strike. The hitter is challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. He knew.
Call is overturned. Counts 2-2.
I think no hitter in baseball probably had more of a learning curve than Reynolds, because remember, he had more upright stance this year. Then the ABS challenge system comes in, so now he's different, and then it's measured differently. But it looks like he's adjusted now.
Yeah, for sure. He's always had a pretty good idea of the strike zone.
Elder has walked 2, giving up a couple of Pirates hits. And that sub-3 ERA when the Pirates saw him last month. I'm getting a call there.
Braves not being as aggressive with the challenges in this one.
Now to deep right. Reynolds gets into this one. Home run for Brian Reynolds. He got a second chance, and he hit his 14th.
Another breaking ball to a lefty that breaks into the barrel of the bat. Left up a bit, about thigh high. Looked to be middle, maybe middle in. That's a sweet looking swing.
And he's got 2 of them. 14 home runs, 57 RBIs before the All-Star break for Brian Reynolds. And to me, because he won the ABS challenge, that may have influenced Nick Lenz to not call that pitch a strike.
Indeed.
Valdez with that immense power. He has gone back to back to the foot of the rotunda, and the Pirates, just like that, have 2 of them back. Number 7 for the rookie. Just throw your bat out, son, and hit it out of here.
Yeah, we talked about him being out in front of breaking balls. Maybe a tad bit out in front of this breaking ball, but gets the barrel on it. And my goodness, when you see a guy out in front and hitting a ball to the pull side in the air, most guys don't get it out of the ballpark, let alone about 400 feet. Wow. Incredible power.
And O'Hearn will ground out. And Those home runs brought to you by UPMC.
This is a pitch we've seen him out in front of much of this series, but stays back on that one. And slider. Not a terrible pitch. Typically you throw that pitch first pitch down and away. The guy doesn't hit a home run off it.
Fourth time the Pirates have gone back to back. Reynolds and Valdez. Yeah, the Pirates make it a one-run game again on some long balls. 3-2 Atlanta.
You know what I want, I got what you need. Take it from me. Take it from me.
Music from Jordan Davis playing a post-game concert here at PNC Park following the game Sunday afternoon. A couple of home runs for the Bucks. Reynolds and Valdez making it a one-run game again. Now up to the bullpen to keep it close. See if the Pirates can pull off this series. There's your home run hitters. 7 already for Valdez. And Cam Sanders in the game for Keller.
Ninth appearance, just 8 2/3 innings, 11 punch outs. He has the stuff. Walks her a bit up.
And for Keller, his shortest start since July last year. 3 innings. Give up 3 runs, 72 pitches. This will be his final start before the All-Star break. So Keller, the last 11 starts of the first half, an ERA of 7.03. And hopefully turning it around in the second half. He'll have some time to do that.
Upper 90s fastball. The four-seamer and the slider have been his best pitch.
A lot of swing and miss from Cam Sanders.
That fastball in sets up this slider away. You know, he was thinking about the fastball in, thought he'd get another one, so made up the decision too early.
And that strikeout presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Yastrzemski takes a strike. Now Sanders hasn't pitched much in the major leagues, but his whiff percentage, how many times did a batter offer to swing and miss it? The only pitcher with a higher whiff percentage is Mason Miller.
Wow.
Second highest in baseball.
Boy, that's a nice one right there. That backdoor slider.
And again, very limited time, but it just gives you an idea. Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of swing and miss in there. The guy that the Cubs gave up on signed a minor league deal with the Pirates going into last season. "29 years old."
Kind of pulled the inside changeup. Don't know if he tried to go in there, but just missed off the plate.
And is it foul tip? Or did it bounce?
Now he's going to call a foul ball. He found the.
That's terrific.
Yeah, why not? You can't see it, so you might as well check the ball, see if there's a little dirt on there. How about that?
That's so good all the way around. That's baseball right there. The catcher trying to hoodwink the umpire. Let me look at this, son. All right. Nope. I see some dirt here.
Yeah, sometimes you'll ask for help from your crew, but nope. We'll see if there's a little dirt mark on the ball.
Looks like a Rockwell painting right there.
When do we ever see that? I never see that.
I never see that anymore. Remember, guys used to wear shoe polish, right? They get hit in the toe. And,
yeah.
hey, look, there's a smudge on the ball. It hit me. Okay, all right, go ahead. Nick Lentz. And I like that Flores tried to sell it. Why not? Honesty isn't always the best policy. Hammered to the corner. Foul ball. Just enough out in front of 95. The Braves have had some long at bats. This is going to be pitch number 10 coming up to Yastrzemski. A two batter sequence against Keller in the third inning. 21 pitches and two batters.
Almost 2 innings worth.
A 10-pitch walk following the strikeout. And Country Weekend begins tomorrow night here at PNC Park. The Brewers come to town. It's a 6:40 game, and then afterward, Zambelli fireworks. All brought to you tomorrow night. Go to Pirates.com for tickets. Jim Jarvis bidding for his first major league home run, and he's got it. Jim Jarvis, not known for his power in the minors, but he gets the 2 right back for Atlanta, just like that. First major league homer.
And we've seen 97 from Cam Sanders in this inning. That was 93. Fastball up at 93. That's a head scratcher for me.
And just as the Pirates hit 2 home runs last inning to pull within a run, the number 9 hitter Jarvis with a no doubt home run. He had 6 in the minors.
I'm trying to figure out why it was 93. The first fastball here was 98.
I have nothing for you. I don't know. I mean, Statcast has it as a fastball. Just verify that. Fastball spin. I think he went. And strikeout on Harris. This is kind of a microcosm of the Pirates pen at large. You see some really good stuff. You see some strikeouts. You see some inconsistency. You see some walks, and then you see a home run here and there. It's been kind of a mixed bag. And if you're Cam Sanders or any of these guys that have not been in prominent roles this year, this is the time, if you can, to shine, because there are opportunities abound to move up the ranks.
His first home run allowed this year. I'm just
out in front. Albies had a 12-pitch at bat that he doubled and then knocked in a run last inning. Already getting a third at bat today. Shows you how good Jared Jones was yesterday. He didn't allow a base runner in 6 innings against this very same Braves team in a similar lineup. Outstanding outing from Jones. Literally could not be better.
Nope. And so far, 2 base runners per inning for the Braves today. Seeing a ton of pitches.
Yeah, the Pirates have thrown 98 pitches with 2 outs in the 4th. Above the zone. Second walk of the inning. And that brings up Olson this inning now with a man on. Olson is already homered today.
Yeah, they don't have many guys in this lineup you can pitch around.
Especially after Jarvis homering.
Yeah.
You're thinking, well, maybe that's the one guy. Only because he doesn't have as much experience. And he's homered.
And Donnie Kelly may have been thinking he can get some innings out of Cam Sanders, but already over 30 pitches.
Olson saw 9 pitches last time up. Game is ground to a halt. Well, you don't always get a 10 RBI game or a perfect game bid.
Nope. Yeah, first 2 games of this series. Yeah, we're talking history.
Another walk. And with 3 walks in the inning and a home run allowed, it's going to be Stratton getting up quickly. He was up last inning as well when Keller was still pitching. And again, Majinski probably not available today. Pitched in the first game of the series. The one long man that the Pirates have. Ramirez can give you multiples, but Majinski's the one long guy. Maybe stalling here to see if Stratton is hot. Of course, he was with the Braves earlier this year. The Pirates traded Joey Bart for Hunter Stratton, who had been with the Pirates for many years in their system and a couple years in the big leagues.
You think about, obviously there's power threat in Albies, a huge power threat in Olson. Baldwin, power threat. And I go back to the down and away fastball. In this ballpark especially. We try to pull it and get a rollover grounder. Try to go the other way, hit it good chance it's an out. But so much of today's game is about velocity up, velocity up. And you wonder how many guys can actually execute fastballs down and away in the zone.
Well, with Atlanta in town, it reminds you of their longtime pitching coach, Leo Mazzoni. That used to be a staple of.
Yeah, hard and soft away.
But again, you got to have pitchers that can execute it.
Right.
You can't ask a guy to bunt who hasn't bunted before. You can't ask a guy to go 9 innings if he hasn't gone 9 innings before.
You wonder how much that's being taught in today's baseball. The down and away strike.
Baseball fundamentals, and those who execute usually end up on top over time. And this is going to be Sanders' last batter, it looks like. It'll be close to a 40 pitch inning. I told you that Cam View a few years ago, 56 pitch inning. The most that we know of by a Pirate. They don't usually let you go past 40 or so. Pirates have that big 3-game series against Milwaukee. Still have a chance to come back in this one. Need to batten down the hatches. No balls in play this inning. Strikeout, walk, home run, strikeout, walk, walk.
Hard to believe. Yeah, 38 pitches, no balls in play.
There's one.
Another breaking ball, breaking right into the left-handed bat.
Baldwin with the RBI.
Yeah, middle in.
And that'll be it for Sanders. Help wanted. At 3 on, they lead 6-2 here in the 4th inning. And this Pirates pitching change presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Just the 3rd appearance for Hunter Stratton.
Dubon last inning, a 2-out 2-strike RBI hit. That was off Keller, who went the first 3. Sanders gave up 3 this inning, responsible for the 2 runners. 39 pitches. So we've got to get him out.
Stratton, a couple of runs on 3 hits in an inning. Tuesday night through 19 pitches.
Ticked off of Stratton's glove, and the runner is out. The fielder entitled to field the ball, and so that ends the inning on a force out, no run scores. Never a good sign when the groundskeeper Matt Brown showing the umpires the radar. So runner interference to end last inning, and Drake Baldwin is called out. The ball ticks off of Stratton's glove, and the fielder has the right to field the baseball. And Baldwin's in a tough spot because, you know, he sees how hard the ball is hit. He's thinking it's going to get through or maybe be cut off behind the bag. But once it ticked off Stratton's glove, ends up being a collision right there, and so runner interference. He's automatically out, and because it's a force out, it would be a dead ball no matter what. But force out, that ends the inning, and no run scores.
Heads up play. Interesting way to get out of an inning, but
maybe the one time where the pitcher sticks his glove out, ticks it, and it benefits him.
yeah.
Callahan hangs up there long enough, so now he's 1 for 2 today. And the Pirates have had multiple runners in scoring position every inning off Elder, including the 2 home runs last inning. They weren't there for long.
Those were joggers in scoring position.
That's probably more accurate, yes. Don't have to catch it for it to be a strike. Yeah, with ABS, just let it go to the backstop.
Yeah.
Why not? Pulled ground ball on the slider. Elder, 4 pitches and 2 outs. Pirates needed 42 pitches in the top of this inning to get 3 outs.
Yeah, just taking all the way. I figured that after that long inning, you got to see some pitches. You don't want to give them a 5-pitch inning.
Yeah, you know Stratton's going to go back out there. And catcher interference here. So we'll rule it an error on Baldwin. No time at bat for Triolo.
Oh yeah, pretty obvious.
See it more and more in recent years. It used to be a rarity. There's some thought that catchers should set up closer to the hitter now because it could benefit them getting more strike calls on pitches that are actually balls.
Oh my.
Mangum with some power to the back of the seats in right. A mammoth home run for Mangum. Well, these Bucks are never down and out with their bats. They get 2 back on the 2nd home run of the year from Mangum.
I don't want to sound like Bob Walk, but I was literally thinking to myself, wouldn't it be something if Mangum hits one out of here and that cut fastball that he's thrown a ton of to the lefties today, Mangum clears the hips and almost clearing the stands out there in right field.
Not known for the big power, of course. That's big power.
That is big power. Very impressive. Huge, huge homer.
And the game that appeared to be slipping away, Pirates very much right back into this one.
Indeed, and you start thinking, you know, these middle innings are important because this bullpen for Atlanta is lights out. You don't want to give that bullpen a lead late. So you're thinking you got to get back into this game, at least tie it by the end of the 6th.
Second home run for Mangum. 3rd by the Pirates already off Elder. That helps them surpass last year's home run total.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of like Jake Mangum, good hitter, but no power. Now, he has power. He just doesn't pull the ball in the air very often.
And Jake Mangum putting the Pirates on his back, socking the big home run. And the Pirates back within 2. Big scoring game here from PNC Park. It gets the Pirates to within 6-4 on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Stratton got that final out thanks to runners interference, and then Mangum following the catcher's interference ends up being a 2-run home run. So you go around left field, home run, check. All right, right field, home run, check. and Magnum. Every outfielder with a home run today.
No help infield. Certainly got some guys capable of doing the same. Think about that. A couple of breaks for the Pirates.
Batter is challenging. Call strike.
Smith is challenging this. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Atlanta has 1 challenge remaining.
And the Pirates were concerned that Smith was looking in the direction of the dugout, and Nick Lentz was overheard saying he was already tapping. And Walt Weiss stood up and shook his hands and said, "Please don't challenge. You're always wrong." And he still didn't listen. Some parts of that are not true. The Pirates had some.
Yeah, Walt Weiss might have been agreeing with our dugout.
Yeah, please don't let them challenge this one. Yeah, they're 0 for 5 in the series. That's why I'm being snarky. Now, Stratton, funny to say, against his old club. One of the longest tenured Pirates at the time of his departure last year when he was traded for a minor league player. Valdez can keep that to a single. He's a good bit off the line. And now a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Lazy Boy recliners starting at $395 at Levin.
Austin Riley will face his 3rd different pitcher here in his 3rd plate appearance. Hannah, what do you got on Hunter Stratton?
Well, Joe, it's been a wild ride to get back from that injury, and he said coming back he finally felt like his old self. It took a while to get to that point, but being back with the Pittsburgh Pirates, you had mentioned his tenure here. He said it feels like home. He said this is the team he came up with and was stoked to see he was getting traded back. That familiarity certainly important for him, saying this team's so close with all of these guys coming up together and being in it together. It certainly says something about this clubhouse, and it's what a clubhouse needs, Joe.
And when he was DFA'd last year, only at that time Key Brian Hayes and Mitch Keller, longer consecutively tenured Pirates within the organization.
Much more comfortable getting traded back to a team you've been with so long. I think he could have been traded to 28 different teams. So nice, comfortable move.
And it's funny to say because his favorite team growing up was the Braves. And his story he'd love to tell was that he pitched at Truist Park before any of the Braves ever did. It was a pre-draft workout. And of course the Pirates were the team that drafted him. Riley has struck out 3 times against 3 different pitchers today.
Yeah, his miseries continue. I guess it makes you appreciate even more the guys that just go out there and perform at a high level year after year.
Well, you know, it's very difficult to do that. I mean, even for a short time.
It's hard to hit at this level. And so the guys that just are the same year after year, it's at a high level. It's very, very impressive.
And pitching too, undoubtedly.
Yep.
Dylan Dodd pitched yesterday. Easy to give up on that breaking ball.
We're already nearing the 200 pitch mark in this game. Not quite halfway home.
Which team?
Combined.
Oh, okay. A lot of long at bats, guys. Seeing some pitches. And just underlining what Jones was able to do yesterday. That was extraordinary. Fouled off his leg, foot. And maybe some inconsistency. Any pitcher coming off of arm surgery, but great to see that he looks like himself and feels like himself again.
Almost, and Flores going to challenge.
Pitchers call the ball. Catcher's challenge.
Flores really coming up with that system through the minor leagues. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Pittsburgh has 1 challenge remaining.
Both teams have 1 left now. .97 on the foul tip.
.97, you know, I like the previous pitches. Like, oh, trying to go down and away with a fastball, but you're just talking about it. The high heat gets by Yastrzemski.
Jim Jarvis had a 2-run home run off Cam Sanders' last inning. Stratton is ahead of him.
Yeah, those 2 pitches well executed. Down on the way heater, down on the way breaking ball. Hard to do much damage when you're down there.
After a leadoff single, a couple of strikeouts for Stratton. Trying to keep the top of the lineup up next inning. Base hit for Jarvis. Two Braves on for Harris coming up. Now, the only inning that the Braves haven't scored, they still had 2 runners on in the second inning.
And again, it looks like we're getting into that Braves bullpen. This being the 5th inning, you don't want to give up any more.
There's the final out. 2 left on. Is out, and before last inning they removed the cover, but I think they're just poised and ready because rock Doppler tells us that there's a storm brewing.
A storm just out west. Looks like it's heading this way. Telling the grounds crew just to stay behind the tarp. Be ready.
Vic Carapazza says, hey, here's your ticket to watching Major League Baseball on the field.
Dodd, very good numbers. 25 innings, 27 strikeouts. Opponents hit just 141. Big reason why the ERA is just 2.16. Fastball around 94. Good cutter. Mostly all he throws. Does have a slider.
It's the first out. Ace Marilyn Valdez is coming up. Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, and back-to-back homers for the Bucks back in the 3rd.
Yep, a couple of breaking balls to Reynolds and then Valdez. 2 no-doubters.
That got the Pirates to back within a run. Mangum since following with a 2-run home run, and time for our Penn West University educating you. And after Mangum's home run, a 3-home run game for the Pirates. They've already done that 16 times this season. That is the most that they've done it before the All-Star break in any season. And probably no surprise, since they're on pace to probably hit their most home runs in a season.
Amazing. What now? 2 more homers than they hit all last year. Or is it 3?
Yeah, they came in today tied, so 120. They had 117 last year. Hard to keep track because it happens so often. And that's why when the Braves took a 6-2 lead, you go, it's only the 4th inning. Game's not over. Mangum bringing them back in. And, this team scores a lot. Now last year it felt like the opposite. 2-0 in the 2nd inning. Okay, well, try again.
Yeah, it was difficult. We had that long stretch last year where they couldn't score 4 runs.
It was about a month. And this is the greatest turnaround in terms of runs per game by a Pirates team pretty much ever. The only time that it was surpassed was 1892 and into 1893, when they changed the distance of the pitcher's box. I don't know if we can count that. Different game.
Baldwin with that right leg down looked like it might have gotten above the shin guard in the thigh.
Valdez slugging .875 against lefties this year, and that's with the Pirates. Doesn't include the great minor league numbers against lefties too. For context, if you did that over a course of a season, .875 slugging, you'd lead the league every single year.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. That's a ridiculous number. It's like a triple every at bat.
Yeah. Here he gets a pop-up. Wind picking up some. Not really affecting that ball. 9-pitch at bat for Valdez. Had an 8-pitch walk earlier today. The sky is starting to darken some. Becomes an official game following the completion of this inning.
And you're watching Dodd pitch. It is nothing is extraordinary. It just looks like a average guy. You wonder, how is he so much above average? So hard to hit.
Well struck to the notch. This is the only part where you're not going to hit that one out. With the tarps on, and now the tarps off, and we're going to have baseball. All right, 6-4 Atlanta through 5 innings, and the rains came, and just like you said, Rock, pretty quickly. The field's still in nice shape, so really well done by Vic Carapazza, saying, all right, rain's about to come, pull it, and we'll get back to action quickly, and it's going to be Yohan Ramirez when we resume. It'll be the 6th inning, and a lot of scoring so far, as both teams have gone back and forth in the first half of this game.
Yeah, I got a hanging cutter or maybe a slider to Olson. Long home run. Put the Braves on the board. And then this one almost goes out. Albies with this double. Scores Harris. Good piece of hitting there from Dubon, bringing home the 3rd run. But as you usually see, the Bucks come back.
And so the shortest outing for Keller this year, but the Pirates, another game where they hit for the long ball.
Yep, good to see Brian Reynolds after got a break on a call. Actually was struck out, but they didn't challenge, so he got a pitch to hammer, and so did Valdez. The breaking ball down and away from him. Moonshot.
So another 3-home run game for the Pirates. And then to the bullpens, but Jim Jarvis hitting his first major league home run, and Atlanta won't go away either.
Yep. They added on, and then you're wondering, oh boy, we're getting close to their bullpen. Can the Pirates come back? They were down 4 at that point, but how about Jake Mangum? You don't see that. I mean, he don't hit many home runs. That one he knew he hit, and my goodness, almost bounced into the river, hits the fence, not quite over the grandstands in right field. So still a lot of baseball left, just a 2-run ball game.
And with the starter going 3 innings, it looks like Majinski heading to the bullpen, so maybe he will be available today. And this one very much a ball game, yeah, thanks to that long balls by the Pirates outfielders. If they get some good bullpen work here, next few innings, certainly believe that the Pirates can overcome a 2-run deficit with 4 innings left to play. And again, a great job by the grounds crew to get us back to action quickly.
So Yohan Ramirez will make his 39th appearance. He has struck out 56 in 48 2/3 innings. ERA 3.51. Opponents hit just 2.09 against him. And as we always talk about with Yohan, when his command is on, very difficult to hit. Wouldn't be surprised to see him pitch more than 1 if that command is on.
Then he's going to draw Albies, Olson, and Baldwin, the 2, 3, 4 hitters. And they got brilliant sunshine, it looks like, for the rest of the afternoon here. And Atlanta got an inning from Dylan Dodd. Elder only went 4 innings for the Braves today. And J.R. Ritchie looks like he'll pick up in the bottom half of this inning. Giving us a little extra time today to celebrate a birthday milestone. Happy birthday to Brian Werecki of the Pirates, celebrating here today.
Wow, happy birthday, boss man.
The Pirates field boss overlooking maybe a comeback win. The winner takes the series today. And the Pirates trying to keep their good record, 5-4 in this stretch of 22 or more straight games against teams with winning records. They'll have to come from behind here in the final 4. Now Johan ready to go.
Amazing. We're in the 6th, 5 complete innings, 220 pitches thrown already in this ball game.
Both teams playing tomorrow. 38-minute delay. Well done all around. Yeah, Albies one of those guys had the longest at bat today, pitch wise. 12 pitch at bat, culminating in an RBI double in the 3rd inning. Stratton went an inning and a 3rd scoreless, preceding Ramirez. Backdoored him. Nice pitch.
Pretty close. That's an easy one to give up on. Talk about it all the time, and bends all the way back. Look at that. Looks like it's in the middle of the right-handed batter's box. So as a hitter, you're like, well, I can't hit that. It's too far away.
I like that Flores just left his glove right there at that spot. And now Olsen, who homered back in the 1st. A milestone game for him too. He's set a new Braves record, most consecutive games played, breaking Dale Murphy's mark. And Johan Ramirez so far 2 up 2 down, looking sharp.
I'd like to see that, needing just 6 pitches.
He's been working on a long stretch without allowing a run. Go back to June 3rd in Houston. That's the last time he allowed an extra base hit as well. Everything's been tight. And today, yeah, like you said, you know, if he's crisp, can give you multiple innings and good innings. Trying to get the Pirates back into this game. Or back into the lead. They're in the game, but into the lead.
You think about the 3 batters he's facing here in the 6-2. They've combined to hit 54 homers and drive in 154. Very productive 2-3-4 hitters.
Now Baldwin with a run scoring single his last time up. Trying to face those formidable foes and retire them in order.
Ooh.
His ball moves so much, doesn't it?
Where does this hit? I thought it hit him in the helmet. I'm like, he fouled the ball off his helmet. I have never seen that.
I'm still in shock. I'm glad he's okay. That had to have been stunning. Some drying agent from the rosin bag behind the mound. Flores wants to come out here.
You know, it's funny, as I was like adding those numbers up for the Braves 2, 3, 4 hitters, and I was wondering, well, where would our big three stack up? Let's just say if O'Hearn was hitting 4th, Valdez 5th. You know, Lau, Reynolds, O'Hearn, they've combined for 51 and 183. Wow, that's amazing.
A lot of production. And of course, Valdez just getting to the major leagues. Foul it off himself again.
And he did. Something you see, it's much more common, fouling it off your leg instead of your helmet.
And it'll result in a walk. And
Pitcher saw the ball. Pitcher is challenged.
Johan Ramirez is challenging this. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Rarely see a pitcher challenge.
And he's shocked. Look how far off the plate that is.
Call is confirmed. Pittsburgh has no challenges remaining.
And a big reason why a lot of teams say, well, pitchers probably shouldn't challenge it.
Well, there's, yeah, good case for it.
So the Pirates cannot challenge any more of this game.
Pitcher saw the strike. The hitter is challenged.
The Braves have one remaining for now. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Boy, they're well in the zone.
Call is confirmed.
It's just amazing to me.
Challenges remaining.
Well, his ball moves so much, I don't think I'd ever challenge against Johan Ramirez. Or 4 in Johan's case. So neither team will challenge anymore. And if they do, they'll just be laughed at.
Yeah, you talk about, you know, it's not like it's a big situation. And they both missed badly.
You know who didn't miss? Nick Lentz.
Yep.
That's got to be a really tough guy to call balls and strikes against. When it moves that much. Tough guy to catch, tough guy to hit. Pirates pitchers have allowed 6 walks today. Two have come around to score. Thought I was going to hit him. It's a strike. Strike call.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to like the ball in.
bailing out on an
Yeah.
away sinker.
You don't see a guy bail out much on a strike call. I used to call that stepping in the bucket. That front foot stepping towards short.
Gets him to chase. Scoreless inning for Johan Ramirez. Just a 4 lead. Pirates coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's take a look at our Penn West University stat of the day and the Braves bullpen. And we play today, second lowest ERA among all bullpens in baseball. And they're good at keeping the inherited runners off. Got a lot of good arms. Been very effective.
Indeed. Yeah, you don't want to get to this Braves bullpen with deficit. Richie, the number's not as good as most of those guys down there. His ERA at 4.53. Walk rate pretty high.
I might use him for some length today. He has been a starter with the Braves and in the minors. This is his 10th major league game.
Curveball, big pitch for him. He does not throw many fastballs.
Look at the Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone. Neither team has a challenge remaining. Have to go back to 2025 again. Whatever Nick Lentz says, that is so. He says it's a strike. It's a strike.
All fastballs here to Nick Gonzalez. To righty, throws his fastball about 45, 46% of the time between his 2-seam and 4-seam. Ball 4 here, pitch up and in. Fights it off.
And he'll get on. Second walk he's drawn today. Now Richie has walked a good number of hitters. No known relation to Todd Richie, I know you're wondering.
Nick Holt. Lionel.
This is good. This is good. Or former Pirate non-roster invitee Jamie Ritchie. Not as popular. Tyler Callahan is the tying run, so just like that. He's hit very well in this ballpark. Doubled earlier today. Say you, say me. I promise that's it.
I'm glad. Yeah, goes upstairs with the heat. Big swing from Callahan, comes up empty.
Flores down to strike. And we know he's got great power. Last month he was up with the Pirates. How about going 440 feet for your first career homer? He's got a base hit. 2 on for the Pirates.
They've got a hanging curveball. There you see it up middle off the end of the bat, but lands safely. Hit a gap. Maybe you tie it.
In Triolo's previous 10 games, 5 extra base hits. He had 6 before that for the season, so really starting to heat up and driving the ball more. Beats out the back end. And Mangum's coming up with 2 aboard. Oh, an impressive show of power from Mangum the last time around.
It really was, you know. He got a cutter in. Elder was throwing a bunch of cutters, and lefty hitters have not had much success against it until this swing off that chain link fence at the very top of the Clemente seats.
So you go, wow, you know, it's 405 feet. That's his 5th career major league home run. It's only his 3rd longest. Wow. So when he gets it, I guess. See if he can come up with a base hit and get Gonzalez in, cut the deficit in half.
And we don't say this much, but he has a huge hole on the left side of the infield.
With Riley paying attention to the runner there.
Yeah, you think about the way he slaps the ball around. It's anything to the right of shortstop past Riley. It's probably an infield hit. You often see with a runner on first, you'll see a big hole on the right side, especially with right-handed hitters. And normally with shifting, you don't get that big of a gap on the left side.
How about to right? Mangum with a double. He's got 3 RBIs today, and the Pirates in business.
They just keep coming, and Jake Mangum just keeps hitting. Now a triple short of a cycle. Talk about, it's been a theme for me these last 10 games or so. Breaking balls into lefties, especially with a runner on first where he's being held on. I mean, you're inviting, you know, ball pulled, hit hard. You know, we've seen a number of home runs on a pitch like that. A lot of ground balls could get through that right side. And especially the way Mangum protects, waste pitches away. You throw him something soft middle in, man, he's right on time for that.
A base hit here could give the Pirates the lead. Pirates have not led in this game. They have not come back to so much as tie it after Atlanta took a lead in the top of the first. They can right here. Brandon Lau has 25 2-out RBIs, among the most in baseball. And those are such back-breaking hits, like Mangum's right there. And 2 outs, I think you're might be out of the inning. Two and 2 on Brandon Lau. Breaking ball in.
Yeah, if you get it off the plate in, get away with those. A lot of times they'll swing over it or do that, pull it foul.
Pop. And Riley secures the final out. Pirates get one closer. 6-5 Atlanta. In our dashboard report presented by your Western PA GMC dealers. Well, both starters knocked out early. A lot of scoring.
Still a lot of game left.
Mangum driving in 3 for the Pirates. Out of the reach of Gonzalez. Having to look over his shoulder.
Yeah, he was the only one with a shot. Trillo was playing up the middle towards the second base bag. Reynolds was off the line in left field. And see how far they all had to go.
Got Smith, and it's Austin Riley and Mike Yastrzemski. Ramirez pitched a scoreless 6th. Coming in after the resumption of play following a 38-minute rain delay. Ramirez now working on 15 straight scoreless innings. The only pitcher with a longer one going right now is David Bednar of the Yankees. He has a 16-inning scoreless streak. And Ramirez might move ahead of him before the day's done.
And Tyler Callahan, after grabbing that foul ball, flipped it over the net. I think a young fan was looking at his phone, got him in the back of the head. But it was thrown so softly. He's fine.
That's why they put him up. Those nettings. Right at Mangum. And just so happens, as it has gone in the batting order. Oh, let's see here.
Ah, it missed his head. Just in the shoulder. He's fine.
Trying to do something nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now Riley's been in 4 different pitchers now that he's facing, and he struck out against 3 different guys.
Yeah, he is really struggling this year.
Signed through the 32 season.
That's a lot of contract left.
They signed a 10-year deal at about August 1st of 22. He was an all-star that year, all-star the next year. The bat went farther than the ball.
And that almost reached the outfield grass. The barrel of the bat went way in there. And the ball barely got out of the infield grass.
Is that the kitchen?
That is way in the kitchen, indeed. You know, we talk about, it hit it off the handle. Rarely does it hit off the handle. It hit off the handle. You wonder, how do you center it, hitting it that low on the bat? Normally you might foul it off, but man, he hit it square off the handle.
Good hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, usually the guys get jammed, it's down by the label or even above the label. you're getting jammed. You rarely see a ball hit below the label.
And the ballpark holds it. Johan with a 1-2-3 7th. Baseball on SNP is presented by Driveway Subaru of Moon Township, where we put you in the driver's seat. And by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Will the Pirates hoist it? They have not led in this game. It has not been tied since Olsen homered in the first, but McIntyre take the lead right here. Reynolds has homered today. Valdez on deck has homered today. And then it's O'Hearn.
Boy, that's a cut fastball. We saw a lot of cut fastballs from Bryce Elder. None of them moved like that. That thing took off. A lot of movement.
Now 3-0, and Richie plagued by walks in the minors and in his brief time in the big leagues. Walked the leadoff man last inning. He came around to score.
Ryan Reynolds would love to have that pitch again.
Danny Young would be next. And he'll take a walk. Among the leaders in walks, Ryan Reynolds. Pirates have Gregory Soto warming. Pirates down a run. He hasn't pitched in a while. Ace Merlin Valdez. Homered back in the third. Got 7 home runs. His season OPS is over 1,000. He's 80 at bats.
Big breaking ball stays up. Or did it?
That technically would be a strike.
Similar pitch that he hit out. It was a breaking ball. A little right above the knee, outer half of the plate.
Has so much power.
Yeah, that's a big man, a big bat. The ability to miss hit balls out of the ballpark.
Just 22 years old. That one has a chance. Out to deep right. Yastrzemski.
Boy, it sounded good. It had the trajectory. He must have just missed it because he certainly has the power to go foul pole to foul pole. Another breaking ball. This one he stays back on.
A little off the end, maybe?
It didn't look like it.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was off the end.
Well, that's such a good sound.
A little breeze blowing in from out there.
And the Braves will bring in a new pitcher. Atlanta. Pirates have the tying run on here in the 7th. They want the lefty for O'Hearn.
That's about it velocity wise. 94, just a couple of appearances.
Ground ball and a desperate attempt to get two, and somehow they do. Didn't think Jarvis could turn two on that.
Yeah, he had a long way to go to get back to the bag and throw across his body, but he gets O'Hearn by a step.
So the Pirates down a run, and they're close thanks to some great relief by Johan Ramirez. Now it's Gregory Soto.
Valvoline numbers, he's held opponents to just a 184 average, 44 punch outs in 38 innings.
So he'll be used here. The Pirates still trailing. Ramirez, 31 pitches, 2 scoreless. He's now tied for the longest scoreless streak going in baseball, and now has tied for the longest streak of batters faced without allowing an extra base hit by a Pirate this year, tying Paul Skeens from earlier this year. He was really sharp today.
Yep, good to see in the zone. Did have the one walk, a couple of punch outs.
So Ramirez and Hunter Stratton combining for 3 1/3 scoreless. Giving the Pirates at least an opportunity to come back. One out. This weekend is Country Weekend at PNC Park, and on Sunday the Brewers are in town. It's an early 12:15 game, and afterward a full-length concert featuring multi-platinum award-winning artist Jordan Davis. Get your tickets at pirates.com/Jordan Davis. Harris is out. 2 quick outs from Soto. So if he gets it, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, if he's gets this, Albies gets this inning over with quickly. Score a couple runs, haven't pitched tonight.
Read my mind what I was going to ask you.
Big power guys and Olsen and Baldwin due up.
Albies drove in a run with a double back in the 3rd inning. Keller with the first 3 in his final start before the break. Then Cam Sanders came on, gave up 3 runs, got 2 outs, and then Stratton and Ramirez really settling things down. Soto has gotten the first 2 here in the 8th. And Karinchak is getting up, longtime Guardian reliever. Right to Mangum.
Well done.
1-2-3 inning for Soto. You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to snp360.com or scan the QR code. Log in with your provider and get direct access to live games, plus all the Pittsburgh sports content you love. Nick Gonzalez to lead off the bottom of the 8th.
James Karinchak, one of those guys, when you mentioned him with the Guardians, was memorable as far as his fastball, curveball. Just 8 appearances, a 2.08 ERA, 168 opponent average. When I first saw him pitch, I mean, he's up there, he's flipping the ball up and down and, you know, charging at the hitters, and had what at that time I was like, wow, he has a fastball that nobody can touch. Threw hard, threw it up in the zone, had a lot of swing and miss underneath it. Kind of like that. Guys couldn't get on top of it. Like we see it more and more. Isaac Matson, the Pirate version.
Down the line and right. And now Dennis Santana allowed a home run last night. See how long Soto can go. If they have him for Olsen and Baldwin, just 11 pitches. That's all Soto needed. They cut Ramirez off after 2 innings and 31 pitches prior. Now the Braves, we lauded their bullpen. Yeah, they've been a good bullpen all year. They're not using all their, A guys right now. They've been used a lot. Dodd typically has been one of their better guys, but Richie been up and down from the minor leagues. Young has been somebody that's been mostly in the minors this year, and Karinchak, same thing. These are the guys right now that are holding the fort for Atlanta in this game. Presumably before they can get to Iglesias.
Karinchak has allowed 1 homer. That came against his curveball.
There he is, flipping the ball again. You and I would sit in the studios marveling at him in 2020 when he was with Cleveland. He struck out about 2 batters an inning.
Yeah, I mean, just a fastball that just takes off. It stays on the same plane.
But walked a lot of guys that year too.
Nick, a couple of walks.
Trying to get on to start this 8th inning. Pirates down a run. Gonzalez came in leading all National League hitters at 483 in July. Third walk today.
How about that? 4 walks this series, 3 today.
Second time in his career he's drawn 3 walks in a game.
And came in with 24 in 356 plate appearances. So he likes to swing the bat, but 3 patient at bats this afternoon.
That's already a career high for him. never a passive hitter. But didn't see 4 in the zone, so he's on with the tying run. Pirates have not tied this game since Olsen put the Braves ahead in the top of the first. But again, not going with their top guys, some because of overuse probably. Robert Suarez on the injured list right now. We've already seen Callahan with the penchant for the big hit. He doubled earlier today. He's going to have a runner in scoring position.
That's huge. That's huge. Got nobody out. Get him over, get him in at the very least. Yanks the fastball off the end of the glove. And now another one of those at bats where at the very least move him up 90 feet, shorten up, put it in play on the right side.
Pirates have been really good with runners in scoring position the last 2.5 weeks. Today, though, 1 for 7. Mangum's double has been it so far. Cannot advance the runner.
And if the Pirates can't come back and tie this thing, you know, there's been some important at bats, and none more, I think, in the early going. In the second and third, nobody out. Couldn't get either one of those runs home.
As you said in that inning, you get a couple of ground balls, and you might be able to have the lead in this game right now, as it were. Now we see Montgomery up. It was Santana warming earlier. Soto is in the game on just 11 pitches with 2 lefties coming up.
And again, a big swing. Need a base hit.
Tenth major league game for Flores. Grew up in Anaheim. After he was briefly up with the Pirates back at Indy in 12 games, he drove in 11 runs, hit .325 in that span. Hard hit.
I'll tell you, that's a good swing, though. You talk about this fastball that takes off at the top of the zone. Flores able to get that barrel over it. You know, that's just unlucky. I mean, there ain't many guys going up there to barrel that ball up. Unfortunately, just pulls it enough for the shortstop Jarvis to be able to go over there and make the play. If it gets by Jarvis, it's a tie ball game.
Already 1 wild pitch this inning from Karinchak.
Bring it!
With that tying run at third now. Jarvis making a inning-ending double play in the 7th inning and hitting a 2-run home run today.
Ah, my goodness. 2 good at bats to finish off this 8th, but no luck.
Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Giant Eagle, your home team for groceries, and by #1 Cochran Club One Rewards. Earn points, save money, and get discounts on gas. Join for free at clubonerewards.cochran.com. Club One Rewards. 6-5 Atlanta. So now it is Dennis Santana. Soto was at 11 pitches after a 1-2-3 8th.
41st appearance for Dennis. 5.17 ERA, 2.36 opponent average. Yeah, I'm with you. I thought maybe we'd see Soto face these two lefties, but it's Dennis and quickly behind 2-0.
I think early season, maybe last year, Santana, he was great against lefties. But after allowing the home run last night, again, a reminder, just not quite the same results this year. And since his last save opportunity, which was April 27th, his ERA is 7.46. He's given up 6 home runs. And about 5 walks per 9 innings in that span. So Stratton an inning and a third scoreless. Ramirez 2 scoreless. Soto 1, 2, 3, 8th on 11 pitches. Pirates bullpen after a bumpy 4th really has been good coming into this inning. And the Pirates at least a chance to come back. Base hit through. So the two lefties reach. And the Pirates are welcoming the first place Brewers to PNC Park tomorrow night for an important series before the All-Star break. And All-Star Braxton Ashcraft on the mound for the Pirates. Join us at 5:30 for Game 1 of the series right here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh and always streaming on SNP 360. And our own All-Star Hannah Mears will be covering all the All-Star festivities in Philadelphia for Sportsnet Pittsburgh. That bunt literally dying, and Dubon advancing the runners. There's our All-Star.
I'm so excited to go. It'll be my first time. So I feel like a lot of behind the scenes of what I'm observing will be coming to all of our viewers because it'll be my first time seeing it too. So I'm very excited about it. When I was in Philly, I got a lot of notes on like the theme that was going to be happening and everything behind the scenes. So I'm excited to see it all come to fruition and bring it home to our viewers, Joe.
That's wonderful. We'll be watching as the Pirates will have at least 2 All-Stars.
3 now.
Well, yeah, with Hannah.
Of course.
Yeah. 2 players, Skeens and Ashcraft.
The Futures Game 2 and the draft will bring you all that coverage as well. So aside from Ashcraft and Skeens, we'll have some of the look at the young bucks that'll be there too, and Florentino and Hernandez.
The game on the line here after they intentionally walk Smith. It's Austin Riley with the bases full.
Yeah, Reynolds, Triolo at short, playing a little deeper. Now they just pushed Nick Gonzalez back a little. He could probably even go a little deeper. You know, you think about a guy like Riley, big power. Give yourself a little more room over there. Give yourself a little more range because he hits it firm, you can go around the horn. You know, anything soft, you're going to come home. Strikeout also would be nice. Rather the double play ball though. Yastrzemski's had some good at bats this series. I'd rather not see him come up in this inning.
One and 2 on Riley. Santana with a big strikeout.
Riley, his struggles continue. 4th punch out, and he's chased a bunch of breaking balls. And right now, with their closer loosening, Iglesias, very important, keeping a 1-run ball game.
Santana versus Yastrzemski.
Pretty good pitch.
The All-Star Iglesias getting up.
Got to come in there now. And he's been really turning on the fastball. Maybe you get a down and away fastball in the zone and get a roll over to the right side. I would stay out of the middle in. Away, I like it. Outer third.
Bases loaded in the ninth. Nowhere to put him. No challenges left for either team. Have to throw him a strike. Pirates have come this far to be this close. It's just not the same Dennis Santana. I feel so bad for him. He's been so big, but it's just not the same pitcher out there. And there goes the game.
Yeah, the middle in fastball. He has been on the fastball all series long. You fall behind, and you're almost forced to throw a fastball. And unless you're confident enough to throw a slider or change in the strike zone, but man, that's a backbreaker.
Grand slam. Pirates had made it a one-run game, but had never come back to tie. Now it looks almost assured Atlanta will pull off a series win. They have not won a series here in 4 years. Second straight game, Santana allowing a home run. Won't be the pitcher of record today. It's Keller.
Can't help but think about the loss of Evan Sisk.
Jarvis never hit a big league home run until today. Almost had a second.
You think about how good Evan Sisk has been. On the IL. And this time a slider that was left up out over the plate. And you're coming in as a one-run game. The team has done a nice job of battling back to make it 6-5, and you're in the ninth, down one. You got these two big lefties up. To have a guy like Sisk, or I guess you could have used Soto, but they only wanted to use him for an inning.
Yeah, just 11 pitches.
And you think, then the 4-pitch walk to Olsen, then Baldwin. He's pulling the ball. He got a sinker. Had the big hole on the right side, hit it through.
And one of the outs was on a sacrifice bunt this inning. Not a safe situation anymore. So Victor Medeiros has not appeared in the series. Caught up yesterday. Grand slam by Yastrzemski, padding what was a one-run lead for Atlanta. Well, Ben Cherington said he's going to add to this team. And following the draft, the focus will be turned to the trade deadline at the end of this month. Need reinforcements. Too good of a club. Still hanging around the wild card picture.
Such a it's such a downer because after the historic fun night Tuesday, and then last night the 6 perfect innings, you're thinking, boy, it looks like could pull the first two. And obviously the Braves were able to win last night, and out today. Just get a different feel. Pirates will most likely fall back to 500.
(10-5) Atlanta. The game, and yes, Mike Yastrzemski putting the game farther out of reach with that grand slam. (10-5) now. And the Braves have been able to maintain the lead with a lot of pitchers who have been mostly in the minor leagues this year. And with it being a 5-run cushion, they can go to Victor Medeiros. Just 13 big league games.
Yeah. No strikeouts in 2 innings, a walk, no hits. Mangum needs a triple.
Forgot about that. Cycle watch. And he can do it too with those legs. Last Pirates cycle was John Jaso, who memorably needed a triple for the cycle. Most do. And he hit a ball that toward the notch, and if I remember right, it was toward the notch. And he was going to stop at second base. He's like, I got a double. No, come on. And have to be really fast to turn that into 3. But another hit for Mangum. A nice day at the plate.
And he just continues to collect hits. And you think about, the loss of Cruz, the loss of Horwitz, and maybe not the power that you'd get from Cruz, but I mean, he's made you not miss him as much. All he's done is hit. And then you look at Valdez, he's had the power as far as replacing Horwitz. So the offense has still been there.
Pirates enter today 3rd most runs per game. Mangum with 4 hits today, his average up to .311.
Medeiros calls that a cut. I guess he calls it a cutter. I don't know who calls what. But when you're throwing 98 and you have an 89-mile-an-hour cutter, it's not a cutter, it's a slider. Pretty good changeup.
And another one to strike him out.
That's slider spin, swinging over top.
Medeiros a couple handful of games with the Angels in years gone by. Reynolds homered back in the 3rd. That gave the Pirates more home runs this year than they had all of last year. And to do that before the All-Star break. Pirates had one other instance of that where they surpassed the prior year total of home runs before the break. That was in 46 and 47. And Harris has the second out.
They're trying to fool the fans there, I think. Kind of acted like he couldn't get there. Heard one fan say it's gone. But a little off the end of the bat.
Now Valdez is homered today too. Mangum permitted to take second. Well, no ABS challenge remaining for either team.
To 99.
Atlanta dropped the first game of this series behind that 10 RBI night by Ryan O'Hearn. 6 perfect innings from Jones yesterday, but the Braves came back to win. And here today, they got out in front early and stayed in front throughout. A wire-to-wire win for Atlanta. They take the series, their first here in 4 years.
Yep, not a good finish to this series for the Pirates. Mitch Keller struggled out of the gate, threw a ton of pitches through his 3 innings, giving up 3. But as expected, I mean, you kind of expect this offense to come back, and they battled back to within a run. But these Braves could slug. Yastrzemski could slug. The grand slam did us in.
And so the Pirates fall in the finale, 10-5 Atlanta. The score today, despite the 3 home runs by the Pirates. Stay tuned. Pirates Extra Innings is coming your way next. And thanks to our entire crew as the Pirates fall in the finale, 10-5 Atlanta.